Hi, this is Dan Encell with Prudential California Realty. Today is Friday, November 20th, and here's what's going on in Montecito. Still pretty quiet out there because of the holiday season, but it's been a pretty good week for Montecito real estate. 3 new listings, 2 pending listings, properties that have gone into escrow but haven't yet closed, 11 price changes, meaning sellers are adapting to the market, realizing they weren't able to get it sold, price being usually a major factor in that. And there's been 6 closed sales. So the closed sales far exceed the new inventory coming on, which is a good sign for a market starting to stabilize there. What you want to see is inventory and sales coming to some sort of equilibrium, and it's nice to see sales exceed new listings coming on here. So that's a good sign. Here's what's going on a national basis. Stock market still doing well. It's comfortably above 10,000 and has been for a couple weeks there. So that's good news there. Hopefully that'll continue on, showing a good, vibrant economy there. Checking a couple headlines here. California October home sales, something that the California Association of Realtors tracks very closely. The number of sales for the month of October was up slightly over the month of September. It's hovering a little over 40,000 new and resale homes and condos. So that's a pretty good number. It's below the 20-year average, which has been about 44,000, but certainly way up from the low, which was about 25,000 for the month. I think the peak number of sales there's ever been is about 70,000 for the month. So 40,000, a slight improvement over the month before, but also fairly close to the 20-year average on that. The amount of those sales that are actually been foreclosed on is a little over 40%. Now that's a very, very high number by historical standards, but it's way off from the peak, which was almost 60% back in February of this year. So again, it's bad, but it's moving in the right direction. So that's an important factor there. Part of the reason it's moving in the right direction is interest rates. Another headline there, they are at pretty much all-time lows right now. You can get the average for 30-year fixed for conforming loans it's around 4.8%, and for 15-year fixed it's around 4.3%. So we're going to look back at this time and people are going to say one of two things. They're either going to say, I'm really glad I locked into that interest rate at that time, or I wish I had. They're not going to say, hey, I did better than this. This is going to be as cheap as we're going to see long-term money out there. So refinance if you can. If you're thinking about purchasing and you can qualify, this is a great time to actually lock up long-term money. So that's what's going on. Next week I'm going to try to answer the question that's been frequently asked. Is it a good time to buy right now, and why? So I'll address that issue next week. Have a good weekend. If there's any questions you'd like to see me address specifically, email them to me at danencell.com and I'll try to get you a good response. Have a good weekend.